What if I told you that the only thing standing between you and the life you are dreaming is not money, not luck, but your attitude? Your thought can either lift you to success or quietly hold you back you without you noticing. And in this first lesson, you will discover a simple but impactful shift that can transfer the way you see the world or every challenge in your life. Your attitude is your window to the world. It was just after 1 p.m. and Sarah was getting hungry. She had put in a few productive hours of work at her desk and decided to get a bite to eat at a nearby coffee shop. A few minutes later, Samir walked into the coffee shop. He too was on his lunch break. Samir sat down at a table a few feet away from Sarah. The same waitress served Sarah and Samir that afternoon. Each customer waited about the same amount of time before the waitress took the order. Each of them received their meals around the same time. Each of them was served well prepared, wholesome food, and each of them waited the same amount of time for the waitress to deliver the check. But that's where the similarity ended. Sarah had walked into the coffee shop with a smile, a spring in her steps, and a very positive outlook on the world. It was plain for everyone to see. Her body language and her posture reflected her optimism. Sarah had a delightful lunch, exchanged some pleasant conversation with the waitress, and went back to work with a recharged battery. Sam, on the other hand, had entered the coffee shop with a scowl on his face. He looked like he had been sucking on a sore pickle all mornings. He was hunched over and tense. His body language cried out, "Stay away from me." He was annoyed when the waitress didn't take his order immediately. He was annoyed at how long it took for his meal to arrive. He complained about the food and was furious when he didn't get his check right away. Why did Sarah and Samir have such different experience in the coffee shop? Remember that each was treated in exactly the same way. It comes down to this: Sarah sees the world with a positive attitude and Samir sees the world with a negative attitude. A definition of attitude. Think of your attitude as a mental filter through which you experience the world. Some people see the world through the filter of optimism, while others see the life through a filter of pessimism. Let me give you some examples to explain the difference between a positive attitude and a negative attitude. The person with the negative attitude thinks I can't. The person with the positive attitude thinks I can. The person with the negative attitude dwells on problem. The person with the positive attitude concentrate on solution. The person with the negative attitude find faults in with other. The person with the positive attitude look for the good in others. The person with the negative attitude focus on what is missing. And on the other hand, positive attitude counts his or her blessings. The person with the negative attitude sees limitation. The person with the positive attitude sees possibilities. I could go and go on with examples, but I'm sure you get the idea. When I talk to the audience about attitude, I often like to use word picture. They help people to understand and remember what I said. Let me paint a picture for you. Your attitude is your window to the world. Everyone start with a clean mental window. Let's take a few moments to discuss why I say that your attitude is your window to the world. We all start out in life with a good attitude, or should I say a clean mental window. Just watch young children. They are always laughing and giggling. They have a sunny disposition. They love to explore new things. Consider the attitude of a child who is learning to walk. When he stumbles and falls down, what does he do? I'll tell you what he doesn't do. He doesn't frown or blame the carpet. He doesn't point finger at his mother or father for giving him lousy instruction. He doesn't quit. He smiles, get up again and make another attempt and another. He keeps going for weeks and weeks with a positive attitude until he get it right. His window is squeaky clean and he feels like he can conquer the world. But as you know, there comes a point where life starts throwing some dirt at your window, and here's what happened. Our window get splattered by criticism from parents and teacher. Our window get smirked by ridicule from peers. Our window get smeared by rejection. Our window gets soiled by disappointments. Our window get clouded by doubts. The problem is the doubt keep building up, and all too many people do nothing about it. They continue to go through life with a fleecy window. They lose their enthusiasm. They get frustrated and depressed. And most tragically, they give up on their dreams all because they failed to clean their attitude window. That's the road I was traveling down. I had a dirty window when I was an attorney, and the longer I stayed in the field, the fleecier my window got. I saw no possibilities. How could I? My window was splattered with the mug of negativity. Wash your window. But then, by the grace of God, I learned that all I had to do was clean off my window. I had to improve my attitude so I could see the world clearly again. After I removed the green from my window, a whole new world opened for me. The frustration and depression lifted. I had more confidence for the first time in many years. I could see the magnificent possibilities that life had to offer. And I was able to make a career transition and to do work and I absolutely love. When you really think about it, I'm in the business of helping people to clean off their window to get a better attitude. Do you see what I mean when I say that attitude is a window to the world? Can you appreciate how your attitude affects the way you see everything? More importantly, are you beginning to see those areas where your window need to be washed? You control your attitude. It's your job to keep your window clean. Sure, I can give you a little encouragement, and other people can encourage you too, but in the end, nobody else can do it for you. You see, you always have a choice. You can leave the filth on your window and look at life through a small glass, but there are consequences to that approach and they are not very pretty. You will go through life negative and frustrated. You will be unhappy. You will achieve only a fraction of what you are capable of achieving. There is a better way. When you choose to take out your squiggy and clean your window, life will be brighter and sunnier. You will be healthier and happier. You will set some ambitious goal and being to achieve them, your dream will come alive again. Still doubting about whether you really have the power to change your attitude? Perhaps you are thinking that's the easy for you to say. Your attitude wouldn't be so good if you had so many problems. Granted, some real devastating things may have happened to you. You may have endured much suffering. Perhaps you are going through some tough times right now. But even under the worst circumstance, I still contend that you have the power to choose your attitude. I'm not saying it's easy, but the fact remains the choice is yours. Let me tell you about a man who is well qualified to speak on the subject of attitude. His name is Dr. Viktor Frankl, and he went through hell on earth and managed not only to survive but to inspire millions of people. You see, Viktor Frankl endured years of horror as a prisoner in the Nazi death camp. To make better worse, his father, mother, brother, and his wife died in the camp or were killed in the gas chamber. Every day, Frankl and the other prisoners suffered from hunger, cold, brutality. Can a person control his or her attitude in a situation like that? Here's what Dr. Frankl had to say about the importance of attitude in his best-selling book Man's Search for Meaning. Everything can be taken from a man, but only one thing, the lust for the human freedom to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstance, to choose one's own way, even through conditions such as lack of sleep, insufficient food, and various mental stress may suggest that the inmate were bound to react in certain way. In the final analysis, it became clear that the sort of person the prisoner became was the result of the inner decision and not the result of camp influence alone. Now, if Dr. Frankl and the other prisoner had the ability to choose their attitude in the face of such unspeakable suffering, who are we to claim that we can't take control of our attitude? As Hugdown says, a happy person is not a person in a certain set of circumstance, but rather a person in a certain set of attitude. That's a powerful statement, and it's the truth. When we all said and done, you and you alone can control your attitude. Attitude and success. Okay, let's you clean off your window and develop a positive attitude. You are smiling, you sit home and think positive thoughts. Will that alone lead you to outrageous success and realization of your freedom dreams? No, it won't. Because there are more to success than just having a great attitude. To maximize your potential and achieve your goals, and you need to apply certain time-honored principles of success that have helped millions of people to achieve extraordinary results. and they will do the same for you. In the next 11 lessons of this book, I'll be taking you through the success principles step by step. You will learn about confronting your fear, overcoming adversity, harnessing the power of commitment, and much, much more. You will get the information and inspiration you need to start living the life you have always dreamed about. Still, you may wondering, what do the success principle have to do with the attitude? In a word, everything. That's why I say attitude is everything. Without a positive attitude, you can't activate the other principle. Your success in life begins and ends with your attitude. It's only when you clean your window that the other success principle can shine through. If your window is smoked, only a fraction of light of this principle can get through. Your success is limited or even blocked. But when you learn to keep your attitude window clear, the light comes pouring in, and you can use this empowering principle to earn more money, have more satisfying relationship, increasing your spiritual awareness, and reach your full potential. When you combine a positive attitude with the other success principle, you become just unstoppable.